The revocation of the declaration of a state of emergency by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa as of midnight last night was taken up in the House today, with the opposition members calling for the vote that was expected to take place today to go ahead regardless.
I raised the issue of the emergency proclamation being approved by Parliament yesterday, and I raised it at the party leaders meeting also. Honourable Leader of the House stated that it will be put to vote today. Now, revocation of the emergency proclamation has no bearing on this. Whenever emergency is proclaimed, that must be approved by Parliament. Subsequent revocation has no bearing on that. Government may be running scared to have a vote taken in Parliament, but they can't escape from the constitutional duty of having the emergency proclamation placed in Parliament and a vote taken on it. So I'm insisting, now that the standing orders have been suspended, I'm insisting that we put to vote the proclamation of emergency as made by the President on the 1st of April 2022.
I'd like to reply to the doubts created by Honourable Sumandran. At the party leaders meeting yesterday, Honourable Sumandran did raise this issue. And on behalf of the government, I very clearly stated that the emergency regulation will be tabled in the House today.
Yes.
Vote can be taken any other day. We know the constitutional provisions and we know when it will lapse. But the question was whether the emergency regulation will be placed before the House. It has been read by you, Honourable Speaker. The second regulation was last night. The Security Council, chaired by His Excellency the President, met and revoked so that it does not exist any longer from midnight last night. We know the constitutional provision. I agree with you that the emergency has been on for 2-3 days. So that basis we have placed the emergency regulation. The other new regulation also will be placed before you, Honourable Speaker. We can't run government in the way you want. We will run according to the Constitution. I agreed and I assured that we will conduct the business of the House according to the Constitution. Not on the whims and fancies of you all.
With that, a heated exchange took place between Leader of the House Dinesh Gunawardena and the opposition leader Sajith Premadasa, when he called for the government to provide a detailed explanation to the House on the reason for the declaration of emergency.
Honourable Speaker, I would like to associate myself with the sentiments of Honourable Sumandiran. Actually, this administration brought about emergency, curfew, banning of social media as a draconian attempt to bring in dictatorship into this country. You don't have autocracy or authoritarianism in this country. This is a democracy. The Leader of the House should understand. You have to provide an explanation. Why was emergency brought in? Why was curfew enacted? Why was social media banned? What is the reason? Just because you had a mandate of 6.9 and 6.8 million votes, you can't act with impunity. You can't act with impunity. You can't behave in an arbitrary manner.
Now it's,
you can't act like a dictator.
Yeah, it's okay, right.
So you owe an explanation.
I owe and I explained to him. I explained to the whole House why it was promulgated. If he doesn't understand Sinhala, I can explain in English. If English is wanted. ජනාධිපතිතුමාට ගේ නිවසට පාර දුණු අවස්ථාවේ සිට මුළු සිද්ධි මාලාවම කිව්වා. දැන් මොකක්ද අනේ you owe an explanation කියලා. මොනවාද මේ හැසිරීම? වගකීමෙන් හැසිරෙන්න ඔබතුමාලා වගේම මහජන ජීවිතය ගැන අපි මහජන ජීවිතය වෙනුවෙන් මේ කටයුතු කරන්නේ. කලබල ඇති කරන්න නෙවෙයි.